All right, guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Adam Yoder. I own a fast-growing life insurance agency called XFG. And if this is the first time that you guys have ever seen me or ever seen a piece of my content before, over the next 15 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly what it is that I do and why this is the easiest and most efficient way to make your first $10,000 a month online if you're currently starting from zero. So first, let's talk about what life insurance is, and then I'll get into what makes it such a good business model for beginners in 2025. First, the life insurance that we provide is a special type of life insurance called final expense. And basically all that final expense is it's life insurance that pays for burial costs or cremation for people that are between the ages of 50 and 80 years old. And the best part about final expenses, you really don't need any experience whatsoever. And actually, the less experience you have, the better. Like, I'll give you an example. Right here on the screen is one of my agents, Jeff. He started with us about 3 weeks ago. And today, he just closed 2 policies for over $1,100 in commissions. This is somebody who is a recent college graduate. He had no experience whatsoever in sales or life insurance at all. And now he's getting to the point where he's able to produce on his own and make a good income doing it. Here's another one of my agents, Matt. He's also a newly licensed final expense agent, and similar story. Today, he came in, closed 2 policies for $1,200 in commissions, got off the phone, and then did it again the very next day. So as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot. Anybody can sell final expense as long as they're hardworking and teachable. And I've got dozens of other people that have done the exact same thing as them. But for now, we're going to move on to the next part of the video. The benefit of it is that these people are on Social Security or fixed income and they don't have a lot of money to pay for their funeral expenses. So if they passed away tomorrow, their loved ones would have to come up with a lot of money to pay for the burial, because burials are nowadays about $15,000 to $20,000, which they cannot afford with their current income. So these are basic policies where you pay a fixed amount each month, and then when you pass away, your family receives a big lump sum that they can use to pay for the burial, cremation, any credit card bills that are left over, any medical bills that are left over, and it pretty much just covers everything. That way these people don't leave any debt to their family members. The reason that final expense is such an important type of insurance is because there are so many people that are on Social Security, and there are over 10,000 people every single day that are turning 65 and hitting retirement age. And so that means that there's a lot of people that need this service, and they know that they need it. So that's what makes this so easy for beginners, is that number one, there's a lot of people that need it, but number two, there's a lot of people that know that they need it and that it's only going to get more expensive as they get older. This means that you as the salesperson don't really have to use any high pressure sales tactics or forcing people into a plan or feel like you're taking advantage of somebody, because these are people that are interested in it. And because there's so many people that are wanting final expense life insurance, we actually have people that are calling us requesting coverage rather than us calling them, rather than us cold calling, rather than us knocking on doors, or rather than us asking for referrals or anything crazy like that. These are people that have reached retirement age. They see an ad about life insurance. They call us first requesting a policy, and our job is just to help them get that policy as easily as possible. Now, speaking of the model, let's talk a little bit more about how the inbound call model works. Basically, the inbound call model just means that seniors are calling you requesting life insurance rather than you having to cold call them first. And what that means is that when somebody calls you, they are already making a buying decision in their mind to purchase life insurance. So when they're calling in, there's not really a whole lot of selling that we have to do, or hard closing, or using any high pressure sales tactics or anything like that. We're simply just explaining the plan to these people, how it works, and how to get them approved as easily as possible. This is a very straightforward process where we're taking a client from point A knowing nothing about final expense life insurance whatsoever, to step Z, where they're actually getting the policy and they're very glad that they called in. Most of these people will already have an idea of what life insurance is and what it does for them. And what's happening in their mind is they've been waiting a very long time for one of these policies. Whether they just didn't get approved in the past, or they've been eligible but just didn't think it was affordable, or whatever else that it is, our job is just to gradually take these people along the sales process and get them into a policy. On average, these calls only take about 20 to 40 minutes. So it's very easy. It's a very stress-free call, and it only requires one call. You don't need to follow up with clients after the call. You don't need to cold call them again. You don't need to follow up with them. It's very easy because a lot of these people are ready to make a decision to buy the policy on the very first call. And the good thing is, with these policies, once you submit the policy to the carrier, they're gonna pay you out within the next 1 to 30 days. So you're gonna get your money back pretty quickly on these because you get paid when their policy starts. And most of these people are gonna start their policy the same day that they receive their Social Security, which is either the 1st, the 3rd, or sometimes it'll be on a Wednesday. But you're gonna get paid pretty quickly after they make that first payment. Now, let's talk about how much an agent gets paid on one of these policies. So, an agent is gonna get paid based off of the annual premium of the policy. And that's gonna be a percentage of the annual premium. So for example, in my agency, we pay agents 100% of the annual premium. So for example, if a client has a policy that pays $1,200 per year, you as the agent are going to receive $1,200 as a commission, and then the carrier is going to pay you 9 months of that up front. So they're going to give you a check for $900 once that client makes their first payment. Because this is such a simple product to sell, even an average agent should be able to sell at least one policy per day. So if you're making on average $800 per policy, let's say, and you do that once per day and 5 times a week, you're making about $4,000 per week. Over the course of the month, that's going to leave you with about $16,000. So already you can see how that number adds up. Now, if you're a good agent, you're going to be able to close even more than that. So good agents should be able to close at least 2 to 3 policies per day, which leaves them at a monthly income of roughly about $20,000 to $30,000. Sometimes a little bit higher if they're a very good agent. My very first month selling life insurance, I sold 63 policies for $54,000 in annual premium, and I've trained many agents on how to get to that level as well through my Discord. I'll link that below. Right now, we've got over 100 members that are in there who are all learning and practicing how to sell final expense life insurance just like me. Inside of my Discord, I also help you get pre-licensed for free if you're not licensed already. Pre-licensing normally costs $200, but we give you $200 off of that. That way you can get started with as little upfront capital as possible. Also, when you join the Discord, you're gonna get access to our whole community where we have 107 members that are all focused on selling final expense. You're gonna get access to 50 recorded sales calls where you can hear me selling clients and going over any objections and handling those. You're gonna get access to our scripts, and there's tons of other stuff that you're gonna get access to as well, like different tools that we use, different carriers that we recommend, and pretty much everything that you'll need to get started selling final expense remotely in 2025. But not just that, when you join the Discord, we also encourage you to join our agency as well, where we have about a dozen agents right now that are currently producing life insurance that all came through this same Discord. And when you're part of our agency, not only will you get the benefits that we mentioned before, but we also give you a significant discount on inbound calls. So again, these are clients that are calling you requesting life insurance. They know what life insurance is, they know that they need to get it, and they just want to speak to a licensed agent to help them get that as easily as possible. And those are the exact calls that we've used with Mutual of Omaha and many other large carriers and insurance agencies. and they're the same ones that we'll put you on and teach you exactly how to close from start to finish. If you know absolutely nothing about life insurance, I recommend joining the Discord first before becoming an agent, because that's going to explain everything that you'll need to know to make your first $10,000 per month online selling life insurance. But if you're already a licensed agent and you want to get started taking inbound calls, you can also click the link in my bio to XFG Miami, and that's going to give you instructions on how to actually become an agent with us. When you fill out that form, you'll get on a call with me, and then I'll just ask you a few questions to make sure that you're going to be a good fit for us and we'll be a good fit for you. And then if everything works well, then we'll go ahead and get you onboarded and then get you on the phone closing deals within the next week or so. But that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and then also follow me on my socials. I'm going to link those below as well down here. Other than that, thank you guys for watching and hope you have a great rest of your night.